Hello, and welcome back to Idiots Gaming and our playthrough of Vane. Last episode, we got swarmed. A whole bunch of zombies at the car lot, and I don't know how we made it out of there alive, but we did. So that's what matters. And off camera, I did go through and unload the truck. I did a little more crafting. Nothing horrible. I made a crap ton of metal brackets. I made some limestone powder. I made some cement paste. Just basic crafting that it's kind of boring to watch on screen, so I'm not going to do it. And I need to go through my bins, and I realize that this is not going to be anywhere nearly enough storage. So we're probably going to move a lot of the storage into this room because I figure I can just U-shape this room and just I don't need this doorway. I can just come through this way. It's a big circle. Whee! So if I want to run around in circles, I could. But I also did some cooking. So I got some yummy stuff in here, which says I need to eat. So let's nom on some rice, and we'll have some soup too. Remember, open, then eat. And from what I've been told, you want to maintain your food around peckish, if not a little bit better. So I need 7% to be back up to max. Not 27, not 21. Because if you go too much, your character will start getting fat. And I don't want to get fat. Because if you get fat in the game, you get slower. And it's almost sunrise. First things first, we're going back to the car lot. We are going to reclaim our manhood. We're gonna clear all those corpses. I don't know about clearing them, but we'll at least loot them. I might clear them. And I went the wrong way. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna go around in a circle. Had a good stream of Vane last night. I stream Vane every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till about 8 p.m. So I stream for about 6 hours every Tuesday for this game. And I use the streams kind of as a testing ground. So a lot of stuff that I wouldn't normally do in the episodic series because I don't really have the time to just go goof off, I do in the streams. And we found some decent stuff. We found some really good stuff. And it gives me kind of an idea of what I want to do for the episodic series for the week. I need to go in here and I need to loot the rest of this. But first things first, we're going to go to the car lot. We're going to finish looting the car lot like I started in last episode. Which, to a point, I'm kind of glad that the horde happened because, I need a horde to happen every once in a while. Keeps me on my toes. It reminds me that, zombies aren't just speed bumps on the road that I can give a little love tap to and keep driving. Obviously, as you noticed on the drive down or drive out here so far, there's a lot of zombies on the road. I've been running over a lot of them. One thing I would like to see the developers implement into the game is the ability to have multiple playthroughs. Because I normally keep 2 to 3 playthroughs of every game that I play. Because I've got my stream playthrough, I've got my episodic playthrough, and sometimes I'll just have a me playthrough, where I can just go and goof off and do whatever I want. Where I don't have to try to be entertaining, I don't have to try to achieve any goals. I can just play the game how I want to play the game, however I want to play the game, in whichever pace makes sense to me at the moment, which is kind of what I'm doing in the episodic, but at the same time, I have to set out clear objectives before I start an episode. That way I know what I'm supposed to do. I can't completely let my squirrel brain just squirrel brain everything. It's my next lap. Obviously, squirrel braining, it's part of me, so it's gonna happen. But I try to set out and do something very specific in each episode. This one, we're going to go finish looting that car lot. And we might loot a little bit more down in Saranac. Saranac? I don't know, for me it's Saranac. Maybe it's my Lord of the Rings obsession. I don't know, that's just how I say it. If you're from the area, because I guess this is actually based on a real area of New York, let me know how it's said there. If you're new here and watching this, it seems like a good chunk of my viewers, I mean, some of you guys stick around for the entire video, but a lot of you guys mouse off, or tab off, or go to another video. So, if you would, if there's something wrong with the videos, if there's something you like about the videos, let me know down in the comments. That way, I can keep improving to bring you the best content I possibly can. Because, as I always say in my streams and whatnot, content creators can only get better if you tell us how. Otherwise, we just do what we want. Which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. If there's anywhere you'd like to see me explore, or not explore, or go loot, or check out, again, comments. Comments are helpful. Yeah, we're gonna go to the car lot, and I think I said this towards the end of stream, or last episode. I don't really like going this route because I always get lost. And not only are we coming here in the early morning, we're dealing with the fog. Yay, fog, because there's the bar and grill, there's a Zombo. So this is going to be all kinds of fun with not being able to see squat. Because I don't know about you, but I can't see very well. That's a lot of fog. That's the town hall. So this should be the car lot right here. Oh yeah, that's the car lot. There's the carnage that I left behind. I want to check out this building in the back. I probably should stop trying to break fences. Hopefully there's not still a metric ton of zombies here. I'm still early enough that I've got the shamblers, which I guess start diminishing the longer you play, and you end up with more and more and more and more runners, and the horde probability becomes higher. I don't know if I'm just avoiding the zombies really well, or if they're not acting like speed bumps. That one is. we got our handy dandy baseball bat. Ah, I can't see shit in here. There is nothing in here. Damn. That seems like a missed opportunity. Damn. Alright, well, I don't know if this is intended to be empty or if the devs just haven't fleshed this one out yet. Do bear in mind that this game is still very much a work in progress. I think we'll park here at this door this time. Get out Old Faithful here. Our trusty baseball bat. And schmack. Yay, death spasms. This one doesn't know what's going on. Oh, let me give you a hint. You're gonna die. I did honestly learn my lesson on the last one. If you get a whole bunch of runners, GTFO. Very, very quickly. GTFO. Emphasis on the F. Got some inside. And I know some of these are soldiers, so I'm definitely going to be looting. Now, when I tear this place down, I'm not going to tear down the cars, just because I don't feel like taking that much weight. I'm going to turn my headlights off. Oh, yeah, I don't... At some point in time, I need to get more lockpicks. Need to get a lot more lockpicks, which hopefully I can get some here. I don't hear any zombos. So let's start at the far end and work our way to the truck. And we're just going to take everything because I'm a loot goblin. Come on. Oh, God damn it. I know it's over here. There it is. Found it! Oh, wrong way. Hey, lockpicks. Yay! In stream yesterday, I did find that the prison is amazing for lockpicks. I think I walked out of there with nearly 50 lockpicks. So we'll definitely be going to the prison really, really soon. It will not be in this episode. Because honestly, after the car lot and looting all the zombies, that's probably basically going to take up the entire episode. Okay, we got both the back offices. Moving on. And like last time, I'm probably going to show all of this, and then I will cut out the dismantling everything and bring you back when everything is dismantled and the area is cleared out. Oh shit. Was that really what I think it was? Was that the best freaking melee weapon in the game? Yes, it was. The claw sword. Awesome. I was literally just looking up earlier where to find it. And I got... It's random. Anywhere that can spawn schematics could possibly spawn the claw sword. But I'm thrilled to have found that. It makes me a very, very happy little boy. I'm going to do a little dance now. Not really, but... Loot and pillage. If it's not nailed down, it's coming with me. And there is a way, if you're not aware, to see if you've already searched an item or not. You see, I've got the little magnifying glass here on this filing box. Open it. Okay, lockpicks. Check mark means you've opened it, but there's still contents. Empty box means you've opened it and there is no contents. So, food for thought. If you haven't figured that one out yet. Took me a minute to figure it out, but I'm kind of stupid, and I'll own that. I am finding a fair amount of lockpicks, so yay. I have not been in this room. Not that matters, because there's nothing in here. Go back through there, and I'm not going to break these. I don't know about breaking these mini coolers. I guess they're only 25 pounds. I'm going to take a coffee machine home at some point in time. Because who doesn't want a coffee machine at home? Actually, that rotten stuff can go right back in that trash can. I'll keep a lot of stuff, but I'm not taking rotten stuff with me because I don't have a compost bin at home. I do hear that zombie. I just, it sounds like it's kind of far away. So. I'd like to take a couple of these because these are basically the same as a refrigerator. Except for you got a light bulb. I'll take the plastic strap. This is why you always check trash cans. Because it's not always rotten stuff. Sometimes you get scrap. Sometimes you get some really cool stuff. Now we're already up to 19 lockpicks, so. Reset the lock. And I love picking a lock on something that's absolutely empty. Makes me feel better about my life. Okay, I got the 2 bathrooms. I think I got a couple more cabinets here. Oh, those cabinets have been checked. These cabinets haven't been. Okay, that one's locked. Hear you. I don't see you, so we're still safe right now. Please, zombies, stay away while I loot and pillage. Yeah, alright, I see you. Hi, buddy. Do me a favor. Quick favor. It won't take but a minute. Hold that for me. And hold that. Oop. Hi. What you doing down here on the ground? No, I got smacked a couple times, but I did not get scratched. I did not get bitten, so that's a win, right? I don't know if the crouch walking is how you're supposed to sneak, but it kind of seems that way. Okay, I think I've looted all the cabinets, so I'm going to dismantle everything in here and go put it all in the truck, and we'll be back after that. Okay, so everything inside the building has been removed, destroyed. I left the TVs because I might want those later. So, they can stay. I did notice at least one interesting thing, and that is if the door you're trying to destroy has broken glass on it, you can't destroy it until you get rid of the broken glass, until you clear the broken glass. Something I'm not a huge fan of is once after you kill a zombie, and I think if you leave render and come back, then they kind of just revert to these generic zombies. I did have some zombies that had the search option, but when I clicked, or when I tried to search them, uh, they wouldn't let me. I was thinking that it could have been some of the zombies I killed a while ago, but obviously I didn't kill a lot of these zombies. These were killed last episode, and they still have their stuff. And I'm just mutilating these to gore because I don't really care. I'm not going to clean them up because we're outside. But I'm going to take everything I can because, again, loot goblin. And I'm mainly destroying them just so I know which ones I've already searched. So I don't go back and search the same zombie over and over and over and over. But I do think that we're going to get the garden set up. It's another very valuable skill, farming. And while we have the good weather, we need to farm a lot. We need to have food production. I need to get all my stats up so I can start building some of the higher tier storages and stations and stuff like that. But going back to what I was saying earlier about kind of wanting the devs to implement multiple playthroughs, I turned up my autosave autosave quantity up to 100 because when I tried to start my stream yesterday, I literally did not have my save from a week ago. And it would be nice if, obviously that was a completely different save than this one, if those autosaves would be saved separately from these autosaves, as if it was saving by character instead of just by date. Vomit-inducing spell. Yeah, I wonder if it has anything to do with this ginormous pile of zombies here. These vitality challenged individuals. Living impaired. Ooh, that was a firefighter. Firefighter is good because that gives me firefighter. That should get me firefighter gloves. Yeah, see, like this one. Oh, never mind. I was just on the wrong. A kerosene canister. That's pretty nice. Trying to be very careful not to move my mouse so that I'm on the same zombie that I just searched. That was a police officer. It was a chef. We're very encumbered. So let's go. We're very encumbered. I actually said it correctly instead of very encumbered. I am inside of a cucumber. Please help. Please send help. But I did get a decent chunk of lockpicks out of there. I'm up to 19, so that's definitely better than what I started with. I think I came here with 8 or 9. Yeah, I don't want that. Yeah, I could make a hand grenade. I don't really want to. But obviously, as zombies sit here, the longer they sit, the worse they smell. And you can get rid of that by just going through and destroying them. I think you need a heavy cutting tool for this. There's a foot. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of rotten stuff. Because zombies carry a lot of rotten stuff. Hi. Hello. Would you like to join the party? It's a headless party. Yeah, we'll just get rid of all these zombies just so they're not here. I probably need to do this around my house as well, because I know there's a lot of zombies out on the road, not far from my house. But I'm not going to bore you with doing all of that around my house. We'll show some of it. That way you get kind of an idea of how to do this stuff. But once it becomes monotonous, we'll not show everything. I don't have a lot more of these to do. While doing the stream yesterday, I did find an interesting thing in the Lion Mountain Quarantine Center, the nectar jars, which is probably one of the grossest things I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what the nectar is, but next to it I saw blenders and zombie parts. So I'm pretty sure I can figure out what the nectar is. And I don't want to know. I didn't want to know that. I think it'd be funny if they... I think the names on the ID cards are randomly generated. I think it'd be funny if they would have, like, put Easter eggs and stuff in there. Like, I want to find George Romero's ID card. I want to find Tom Savini's ID card. Maybe Tom Baker, you know, Kane Hodder. Go for the horror aspect, or even just stick with the zombie aspect. There's plenty of names that are big in the film industry that you could put in there, and have some of them still be randomly generated, but have Easter egg ones that people want to go try to collect them. Really does suck that there's nothing in there. I'm gonna try to find a trash can so I can get rid of all the rotten stuff that I have collected on me. I don't know if there's a trash can back here or not. I can't just get rid of this chain link fence. So yeah, I was correct. You can deconstruct the wooden fencing and get wood parts. Yeah, Zombo in the car lot. Anything in the glove box? Hey, look, more lockpicks. That's always nice to find. What kind of shape are you in? Not super fantastic. Not bad, but really good chassis. Which I might need down the road, because we all know I'm gonna screw up this box truck. And I'm gonna take the doors off just because, you know, there's not really a lot of point in having doors on a freaking building that the walls are basically made out of glass. Right, there's a rotten stuff in here, so let's get rid of this. I know somewhere we can put that rotten stuff. Where's that Zombo? Oh, Mr. Zombo, where'd you go? Oh, there's a Zombo. Hello. Goodbye. We'll take your whiskey, but I got presents for you. You can have all that. You can put them in a trash can because there's an option to empty trash, which deletes the item from the game. Okay, let's take this back home. So this is kind of wrapping up, the last episode's loot run, which turned out to be more of a corpse run. I think I went the wrong way. I definitely went the wrong way. Oh, let's go back home. Oh. We'll come back when we get back to the house. Yeah, I decided to make a slight pit stop. I just want to see if my luck can hold, and I can get some of the really, really good items that I found over here on stream. Shit. That's not good. I hit the cop car. We should probably go turn that off. That's gonna get real annoying real fast. The cop car's parked way too close. How are you supposed to turn that off? That doesn't work. Maybe it did. Whatever. Siren went away. That's what matters. Come on. Run over the speed bump, being extra stupid. Alright. And my driving hit level 50. Yay! Let's take care of the extra stat. Fuel efficient. Smaller civilian vehicles use 50% less gasoline. Well, I don't drive smaller civilian vehicles. Rainy or stormy weather no longer negatively affects your traction. Does not apply to blizzard or snow. Yep, let's just go ahead and get that one. Okay. Yeah. This is what I want. This is where I want. This is not going to smell good, though. I don't... light switch. Yay. I think my cell phone just died. I might have some batteries out in my vehicle. I probably do. Remove the battery. Insert battery. Select. I won't say I'm a huge fan of that mechanic. Because obviously, it's a cell phone. You don't remove the battery. Okay, time to loot and pillage. heavy-duty lithium batteries. Those are very... And see, the drawback is I don't have a very high lock picking, so I can't pick tough locks. So I can't loot and pillage everything in here, because I did not start with lock picking skill. But another hydraulic driver. So we will have to come back here at some point in time. Get some decent stuff here. I don't know what it is about Lion Mountain being so good for heavy grade tools. I mean, hydraulic driver, nail gun, portable welder, power drill, solder iron. Those are all good items. That's a tough lock. I can't open that one. That's a standard lock. I can open that one. Crap. Industrial tool chest has a 250-pound weight capacity. So also have a 250-pound weight capacity. I'm always curious as to how much some of these things can hold. 175 pounds. Because the storage boxes I'm using are nice, but if I can find something that's smaller that holds more weight, I would rather use those. So that kind of wraps this area up. I got some pretty decent tools in there. A grinder, so yay. Hydraulic drivers, industrial driver. I think the hydraulic's better than industrial. There's 3 hydraulic drivers. An industrial welder, that's awesome. A bunch of lithium batteries. A portable welder, but I got the industrial one, so that's the basic one. That's the lowest end tier welding. A couple solder irons, some drills. So yeah, definitely worth coming to check out. Can I get under this? No. Okay, note to self, don't try to take a box truck underneath there. It doesn't fit. But you never know unless you try. And I keep trying to turn my flashlight on. Because you would figure while you're driving a vehicle, your F key for flashlight would turn your headlights on, but it doesn't. Which, I mean, I can understand. Definitely get through there a lot easier now. That's kind of a tight squeeze. So have I even looted this area yet? I don't know if I've even been here. I come here all the time. Nope, I have not looted this. If you have not looted this, that is an amazing place to get a lot of higher end tools. I can almost always come to that room there, that warehouse, and get hydraulic drivers or industrial drivers, one of the two. A lot of times you can get grinders, so a lot of your high end your drivers and cutters you can find there. Which is good for me because, I live right down the road from it. One of these days I need to go in there and clean it up. And there's so much medication in there. If you need medication, that's a great place to go. It's not that one. Try not to turn at the wrong house this time. It's not this one. That one's got a garage. I wish mine had a garage, but I don't. It's this one. Yeah, I'll eventually figure this out. Probably about the time I put up walls and stuff where, it's kind of hard to not figure it out. I definitely upped my lockpick count, which is, huge. Let's turn off the headlights, turn off the ignition, pull the handbrake, and see what all we got. Whole lot of clothing. We got police bulletproof vests. That's awesome. We got firefighter gloves. That's great. Only got one pair. Firefighter jacket. That might come in handy down the road. But it's going to get way too hot to wear that. Some hazmat suits. A whole lot of jeans, which is good because that gives you denim scrap. Leather shoes. Some military stuff. Including, I think I already had that one on me. I think I repaired that one. There's one thing I did not mention at the beginning of this episode is I did go through and put better clothing on. So I'm wearing a full set of military stuff. And I fully repaired all of it. Like I said, I'll just scroll through this real quick. I will empty this out and sort it off screen. Yeah, a whole lot of stuff. Lantern. I think you can just... I think you can empty that into something. I just don't know what it gives you. Maybe kerosene. I'm so stoked about that. And I can make it. Or I can read it. I already read the mini sledge. A lot of ID cards. Because I cleared so many zombies. I needed to... I might have to break those into my inventory. A lot of other stuff. Yeah, I think that's going to kind of wrap it up for today. It's kind of going to be a short episode. A lot of looting, a lot of pillaging. And it's kind of a continuation of last episode, scavenging. Search containers instantly. Yes, that's the one I want. Because that way, when you search something, instead of having the loading bar as you search it, it just pops instantly. Like that does. I did actually find out that I do have a basement. So I think I'm gonna bring a lot of my workstations and stuff down here and use my upstairs as my storage. Oh, the ground floor, first floor, depending on where you're at. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you all for tuning in. If you would, please remember to smack that like button. If you're new here, subscribe. Helps me out a great deal. Lets YouTube know I'm doing a good job. Lets me know I'm doing a good job. And until next time, I've been an idiot. Obviously.